Well, hello and welcome, my friends. Habits here. Welcome if you're a returning friend or if you've been here a bunch. Either way, I'm glad you're here. If you're checking out a VOD, I know I'm just getting started, so live stream. Maybe not too much going on, but you guys rock, and thank you all so much for the views. Somebody followed the comments. Everybody was so kind here while I've been a little under the weather with this COVID Corona stuff, and I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks to all of you guys for sticking with me and hanging out. Um, oh man, all right, it's gonna take a minute to get the days back. I know yesterday I didn't do a thing. Thursday I think was the day that I went for about an hour. Yeah, because Tuesday we'd done a full stream. Wednesday I was all fevery, didn't get on. I would have been a wreck if I had. Uh, Thursday got on. The voice, I was coughing a lot and all that kind of stuff, but didn't have a fever. Still, obviously, a little sluggish though. It was just not on my A game. Um, so yesterday, Thursday was the day that my nose was like an absolute faucet. The first day, Wednesday, was just fever. That was kind of fever day, right? The overnight that fever broke, it was up, but I think I went through a full box of Kleenex just nonstop. Like, all right, the nose is just gonna keep running. And then that night, as I tried to sleep, it was really hitting me with a cough. Basically, it's just coughing off and on all night. Woke up and my throat was just on fire, and I was still coughing. So every time I coughed, it was probably the least pleasant of the days. Even though mentally and everything else, I was feeling better. It was just the awful sore throat and kind of a little bit of the lingering headache. Not as bad. The headache was pretty much gone by that point. But still, when you cough, the whole just your head shaking and all that still kind of irritated things. Today, I really, I don't want to jinx myself, but I really feel pretty good. I know I sound a little hoarse, and I apologize for that for all of you viewers, but it is what it is. At least I get to be here, and let's see if how far. Oh, that's not too bad at all for the delay. So, yeah, tried to set up the laptop and everything. Did a clean reboot. I got the game running early. Sent out the tweet. And as I was pulling up the video or Twitch over on the TV so that I could watch you guys if anybody feels like saying hi in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. As I was doing that, I saw that Hydrogly, was over on her channel and celebrating a affiliate status with Twitch. So I still managed to get in here right at the 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which is what I'd set for the start time. But I did just have to pop in over there and congratulate her. If you haven't checked her out, Hydrogly, or Hydro, as I like to call her, doing awesome over at her channel. And has been a good friend over here to drop in and bring some new friends and faces over. So shout out and congratulations, Hydro. Well deserved, and I know you're going to do great things over here. So congrats to Hydro. And that being said, I kind of started off with it, but um, the views have been great. Thank you all so much for keeping those racking up as they go. I didn't do anything. I barely left the couch yesterday, which was fever day, same deal. But when I was just runny nose, but not feverish, I'm not going out, right? I'm contagious. I don't want to infect or pass this on to anybody else. I don't want anybody else to feel sick because of me. So, and for all I know, I already got others. I hope not, but. So I'll largely be in here. I think in the coming days I may try to get out. I mean, I miss being outside, seeing the sky. I was saying yesterday, opened all the doors and windows and everything to just let some fresh air in the afternoon because it feels, like just sick air and all that kind of stuff, right? I think we've grown past the idea of vapors or anything like that making people feel sick, but it does feel nice to have everything freshened up and cleaned and ready to go. And I apologize in advance if there's any background noise. I don't think it gets too bad, but I do have both dishwasher and washing machine going. Lots of that kind of stuff to catch up on after the last few days. So there you have it. That's the catch up, and I have missed having not done anything on the laptop really. I did a little bit of Skyrim at one point along the way. I don't even know when that was. It was a while ago. Yesterday, um, it was very nice that while I was kind of feeling at my worst, I mean, fever and sore throat are two different things. And when I was a kid, I just got strep a lot. Um, and so that memory of the nagging sore throat, I think it's worse even um, than the actuality of it. You know, it's just, oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Um, so I'm glad to not have to deal with that. Now we have two leather. That had kind of been our primary mission in the last episode. Um, and there we go. Look at that awesome slab. Slab with chest. Um, we went on the boat trip way down south. We filled in the canal so we can do some boat excursioning. Why did I? Let's go get them again. Oh man, this isn't starting out good. All right, boat mo. Wait, I went too far. Boat momentum. I was like, oh yeah, I can surely play Minecraft. All right, I do have the tissues. I hope I'm not gonna have to do like the major clearing nose blow. Although if I do, knock on wood, and who knows? Once you start talking again, things can get a little unexpectedly wild. Oh hey, look at this. No, there. So with good reason, I think. Where did they go now? Why did I put those in there? Man, I'm getting a little nervous. Oh, all right. I guess we'll swim. Is that trident wielding guy still around? I ask without looking. Um, yeah. Still fuzzy. So we got this little canal, right? We finished that out. I think to start here, obviously I need my brain to catch up. I do have some iced tea. Haven't really caffeinated yet today though, so that could be a part of it. Um, but we're gonna try to keep working a little bit, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I think I'm saying right now, unless it just feels too good to stop, I think 2 hours is going to be my upper limit. I'd hope to do that on Thursday, and I just started coughing too much, and really wasn't feeling it. Even though I didn't have the fever, I was still not good the other day. So we'll see how that goes. But I think to start, we're going to continue this kind of wood gathering effort and land clearing a little bit because cows, among other things, as much as I don't mind going hunting, we obviously don't seem to have a whole lot of them right around us. And it would be really nice to have a herd. So we'll just kind of do this to see what else comes our way. And in the meantime, um, plan out what else we want to do. I think I'd like to try some of the overlanding, even if it's not um, up the mountain, which is definitely what we want to do, but may do some overlanding just in search of cows and checking out the surrounding environment here. Uh, Maybe a boat trip too. Uh, can I do this? Okay. Um, yes. All right, that was the other one that we had here. Oh, let's get this one too. Oh, it's nice to get the tops of big trees. Okay, this one. I think we should be clear on that, right? Let's just be safe. Is this our only axe? Oh, because we went and did that big tree. Dang it. All right. Was this the one we were up top of? I guess so. Let's do that. Oh, here comes a cough. Kind of feel it building now, right? Yeah, maybe not. All right, you. And then was this the one that we started the top of? Maybe we didn't get over that far. All right, I think we've officially got a clearing here. There it was. I knew it was coming. Um, Always just a couple. Now we got a punch. All right. Well, that was a decent enough effort, I think. A bunch of saplings. I think we already had like 30 or some, so we could eventually set up our spruce tree farm, and that would be handy. Although we've got so many spruce trees around here to start with that who knows? Who knows what we'll end up doing there? Let's go back. Let's reset our axis, certainly. Uh, Here? We got almost as much as we did out of that big tree. Alright, so at least we've got a little supply of lumber. We got some sticks back. Those should actually help us replace our tools here. And we did make quite a few more picks. But I do kind of feel like before we start going down to the depths at Lake Iron, right? I mean, we're still in like half iron, half gold outfit. So here, and those gold pants and boots aren't going to be very durable, right? They'll help us protect pretty well, but they won't keep us out of in them for long. So we need to kind of keep focused on this idea of getting iron. So let me mute here real quick, clear everything out, and we'll go again. Okay, good cleansing nose blow, follow up cough to get everything settled or unsettled, clear that was settling. All right, so we got a lot of tools here, but they're all stone, and that makes them go so fast that I don't think that's terrible. Oh, it is almost bedtime. Can we sleep yet? There we go. So let's now. Oh, dude, oh, I can't get the sprint to go. My timing is off or something. Um, so I'd kind of thought about walking up here. We may still do that, but I don't know how far we went up the shore. We maybe found the boat, but I kind of like to explore this coast in north and see what it has to offer. Here's our little canal. That was the boat we already checked out, right? And then it gave us the map where I got all turned around and lost. But I think we went and got that treasure. In fact, I know we did because we got a diamond out of it. So we're good there. And I know we started to explore and kind of left off. I think there were even like ships in sight way to this on our south that then veered off to the west adventure where we went to the stony shore. I wasn't so sick. I don't remember any of that, but I think we've got. I didn't bring that stupid respiration helmet again. All right, we know that ship's there. I'm not gonna. If we get to the ship that we've already done and turn hard west, we will then come to another ship, and it looks deep enough and sideways enough that I want the respiration helmet for it. This is our coastline exploring adventure, though. We'll come back all stocked up for the watery side. But for now, uh, just seeing what we can see. A lot of this land in this world seems to be these high shores, right? Which is relatively new in the terrain generation. I kind of like it. It's not everywhere in the world is coastlines that are just white sandy beaches and all easy to get to and access, right? All right, so this is the peak that we look west to or south to, north. Now I just can't speak. I kind of actually know what I'm trying to say this time. Just can't articulate it. Um, but I like that the coastlines are a little more. I don't know if it's varied so much, right? It seems as though the world generation just kind of picks something and goes with it, and then it's pretty consistent. But it is a little more natural feeling than always having beach or Um, just planes or whatever coming up, but at the water level. Let's do. I'll just go with it. Fight the flow on the way back. All right, any more? Nope. Get all the way out here, and then boop. Clean up our mess. A little cool. So unfortunately, this doesn't look particularly high or widespread, and it may not actually be very ideal for iron mining because of that. That may just be was it icy? There's like snowy slopes. I don't know if that's frozen slopes or something. If it is peaks, that's very good because then yes, there should be iron. We got more ships, so we'll definitely do a return trip out here with the respiration helmet. All right, here's more of the dark oak. And why don't we. Should we head in for a red mushroom? Nah. Yeah, that can be good saturation food at home, right? To supplement our berries. I don't want to carry. The good old portable instant shroom shelter. Yep. Spell out the acronym for yourselves. Portable instant shroom shelter. If you take a red mushroom, one of these little guys, and plant it and then bone meal it, it will actually pop up to one of these and leave the mushroom edge right level with ground level. So back in the day, I mean nowadays, I don't think anybody really worries about it too much. It never was very practical, but it was very comical at the time that you could you could basically pop up a mushroom, and if the mobs were closing in on you, just hide out through the night in the mushroom. And also fun to, if you're making like a mushroomy landscape. The Mushroom Islands kind of replaced all that a little bit, right? They kind of got in there and superseded. I was going to take some dark oak and get a few saplings. We're so close though. If we want to build something with dark oak, we got two options of forests, and now we got 23 red mushrooms, so that'll go well with the brown. Um, be very handy, and it looks like we're gonna have a whole other bit of stone shore. So let's explore this a little bit and see if we can get some more iron, maybe. Definitely some coal. Um, there we are. And here we go. All right. Nope. Yep. Yep. Thought for a second it was copper. It is not. It is the iron we need. Not a ton, but I'll take every little bit. So we may rack up a few more levels than we actually want at the moment because that is going to increase our threat. Um, but if we can get iron out of this, it's kind of worth it. And we don't yet have that much coal. If we had like two full stacks of extra, where the one furnace is full, 64 pieces of coal in it, and then full torches, which to me is these two stacks, and then a batch in the chest back at home, so we can reload. If I've got all that and then two stacks of coal just at the ready, then I'll start passing it up until we need it. Because sitting up, at significant level jumps is going to increase the risk of the game, and it's like just game mechanic, right? Like a Skyrim, right? You do any leveled quest or anything like that, the monsters are relatively harder if you play them at a point when you're at a level where they're going to be trying to match you. And same thing goes here. The amount, I should have, I was like, I'm knocking out the iron right underneath me, and there's lava around. That could be bad. All right, well, this has been already pretty decent. I think we've got 8 pieces now. Oh, let's get up to a kind of level place and sleep. There's some more coal. All right. That's good stuff. A little iced tea. I got water too. Water with lime. I made some my modification of some awesome hot tea. My sister kind of was the one that a couple kids and all that. She taught me along the way. Like, oh yeah, this is kind of what we call our sick tea or a sore throat tea. And I believe hers had like some apple or orange juice or something in it. I don't really keep those because the sugars. I try to keep sugars to a minimum for myself. But it had I don't know. I couldn't find her recipe, so that's why it was pretty much a modification, and I didn't have all the stuff. But mine was tea with a little bit of honey, and I was making it into glasses. She makes like a big batch of it and then just pours it out because obviously if you got young kids, it's almost a given everybody's getting sick at some point, but you try not to pass the joy to everyone else. So, and of course, if you're a parent and you've got sick kids and you're trying to take care of them, all the complexity of normal life just went up tenfold when you got a sick kid too. Much less if you're feeling sick yourself. So she makes it in big old batches and then just heats a cup at a time. I think me, I made I made like 2 cups of tea, and one was pretty cold and a little nasty by the time I actually got around to drinking it. But I was glad to have had it. So I used with stuff I had laying around, half a cinnamon stick, tea, honey, lime juice, and there was something else I put in there. Ginger maybe. It was pretty good. And whether it was just the time anyway, or if that combination helped, it definitely helped get the throat back from being on fire and angry at me to, yeah, I'm just a throat. And yeah, we're going to cough every once in a while because, duh. Ooh, ooh. This could be fun. Could be deadly. It's a nice little hangout. We could build, maybe build something there and come into the mines from this side too, if there is anything up there to get to. But I'd like to get the rest of these stony shores going on this little boat trip. Then I think we'll go back. We'll get the Aqua Affinity helmet. We will go to the treasure ships, see what goodies those have for us, and go from there. Let's try this one. I don't think there's going to be anything in the gravel itself, although gravel alone can be quite a beneficial later in the game when we get to the point of making TNT. And I am a big fan of TNT, especially for looking for ancient debris in the Nether. I just don't dupe it. We had some talk about that. How I'm not a big fan of duping. To me, it kind of goes contrary to the hardcore and the idea of having to gather your materials to then just turn around and be like, well, I'm gathering my materials, I'm playing hardcore. But yeah, whatever I want, I just make as much of it as I need, kind of by an exploit. Still, I know a big majority of players do that. Hey, if that's your game, and if you're making worlds that feel good and fulfilling to you, go for it. I'm down. It's a big part of gaming culture that I really don't get, and it's kind of frustrating me a little bit because as I've said, that up until getting sick and a little bit after, I've been playing some late game content of Skyrim that I'd never gotten to before, and it's been fun to discover new stuff. And by and large, I've not gotten those spoilers. I think in part because a lot of the playthroughs never get that far, right? When a new game comes out or when there's hype and it's drawing a lot of views, you do get a lot of variety streamers, which are some of the ones that I enjoy the most. Will go and sample those games, but they're going to play it while the views sustain their watching, or while they're on contracts. A lot of these game companies do incentivize streamers to hype their game, right? For instance, the Cyberpunk, was it the one that came out over the pandemic, that had a ton of bugs, and was, I don't know, maybe it's been patched out and come around quite a bit since then. But when it launched, it kind of felt like a flop, and I haven't played it. I don't know, but nonetheless, even though it was pretty much a disaster on launch day and then recovered a little bit, and certainly I know streamers have gone for many episode Let's Play type series on it, so it is playable. It is a good game, from what I understand, but that didn't dissuade the fact that a lot of people that were getting paid to play, to hype the game and make people like us go out and buy it. They, bugs or no, all that kind of stuff. They're once you've taken that check or whatever, you've got to go put in your hours, whatever the contract stipulates. And I don't know. I'm not getting paid, so I don't know any of that kind of stuff. But I do know that exists, and that has two effects, right? For one thing, the appetite for new games is constantly there, right? Um, you, I don't know where the boat is. That's what I'm trying to verify right now. Anybody see where I parked? We'll find it. Oh, it was back over by this gravelly pit thing, right? I think we want to get to that hillside. Maybe. I don't know. Do we see any iron? Some of this is going to be pretty tough to access, but I'm just looking that way to see if I see any hints. Um, Yeah, so big games come out, and there's kind of like a month long, couple weeks to a month, whatever, as new games hit, or like when 119 came out, right? Everybody cycles back to Minecraft again, and they play it for a couple weeks, and then move on out to new stuff. And hey, that's great. You know, those people are making their living, or to some extent, supporting them, or getting bonus, or growing their channels to the point where they may hope to do that one day, um, through those games and that variety. So hey, you know, I'm not faulting that by any means, but um, it does mean that a lot of those games never get to the deep content, and I've kind of noticed that as you're playing, you pick up trophies. You know, depending on what your platform is, or whether it's Steam, you get the Steam achievements. Whether you're in PlayStation, where they are trophies, I don't know what the Xbox equivalent is, but basically, you know, they're giving you new ways, like just much like the advancements in Minecraft. At least the visible ones, non-hidden advancements and trophies and all that, are kind of pointing you towards additional content. What else could you do in this game? And of course, it gives you some chest thumping and all that kind of stuff. But um, I was surprised to see that, you know, as occasionally these things pop up for me, how low most of the percentages are, right? You know, it's like, um, hey, what's going on, Troy Warzone Gaming? Dude, don't worry about it. I'm just glad you're out there doing well, and appreciated some of the messages and all that. It was cool. Hope I didn't inconvenience you. If it hasn't been clear already, the schedule in Steam is not necessarily to be believed. I do update it as I go live, usually, but I don't know day to day when I'm going to be going, so it's usually just a legacy timing from the previous. But I think that when he mentioned, that was the day I actually did go for about an hour or whatever. But dude, man, don't worry, man. You're under no obligation, and if you're in the middle of an awesome game, or out doing stuff outside or whatever, got busy school work or work or big family lunch or something, hey man, that's good to go. But yeah, I do appreciate it, and appreciated you going in and commenting the video. That was awesome. Um, Really nice to hear. And sorry if I startled you with coughs. We haven't been too bad today, and second's always like that, right? It's like, oh man, if I just done a little bit more, could have done it. Well, as you can probably hear, I'm a little hoarse. Still got a bit of a cough, a bit of congestion, and all that. But compared to yesterday, I'm way better, compared to all the days. Gave the heads up here at the beginning of the, or recap at the beginning of the episode. Um, you caught I'd had the fever, and I was trying to play that next day. That was what we call nose faucet day, when I was just flowing all day long. Kind of went through a box of tissues just by myself in a day, that kind of stuff. And I felt pretty good, but just clearly, I think from the little boat trip and all that, I wasn't quite back yet. Some may argue I'm not quite back today, or never was all the way. That's all right though. But what I ran into yesterday was that the night, Thursday night, or yeah, Thursday night, after my nose had been running all day, I laid down to go to sleep and coughed my head off all night. Throat got all trashed. Oh, second. Well, congrats then, man. Don't get. I get it, right? Like, oh, I did so good. I did so good. I was so close. You wanted that little bit extra, but hey, I was a runner. PBs or PRs, personal best or personal records, those are to be celebrated, man. That's the fuel that keeps you going. And uh, if it was easy to do, you'd be right there. But congrats, dude. Congrats on a best. Something to be celebrated. Even though I know, right? It makes sense to be a little frustrated. If you weren't hungry to win, you wouldn't keep trying. All right, now I think this is the new one, right? This isn't the gravelly one, is it? The worst thing. I think that was that one. Yeah, this is different. So, do we have iron? We got loads of coal now. I think that kind of matches our need that we had. Boop, 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 boop. I only died because I didn't know how many people were left, and I played it too safe, not knowing I was fighting the last player. Oh, you thought maybe you were about to get crept up on behind, like when I was fighting a witch. I get you. It's beautiful, man. I actually am eating berries I pulled out of the jungle slab chest just to use it. Yeah. It's still there. Like I said, we're on the first of probably a couple little mini adventures. Um, right now, having discovered this stony shore, our base is kind of like back on the other side of those mountains. Um, so I'm just looking for more iron, and then we'll go back to the base, cook the iron, get our respiration helmet, and we found a couple more ships I haven't even dove to yet. Oh no! Now where's the boat? Did I pick up the boat? We were coming. There it is. Oh, that's hiding by dirt. It wasn't even dirt. All right, a little bit more. Come on, iron. We need you. Yeah, dude. Don't worry, man. We got absolutely years and years and years. Remember, we're chill, especially post COVID chill. Um, and horses are one thing we haven't. Oh, look at that! That's the snowy slopes. That's what always reminds me of like the little ski resort, ski hill area where I learned how to ski. Uh, back in the Midwest, I love low snowy patches like that. Come on, Iron. Where are you? Copper. Nope, nothing. A little patch over there. This may actually be good though if we can go and get a couple more cows on this trip. That would get us our boots, and maybe we'll actually spot a horse. Oh, eventually, yeah. What I was kind of saying is we'll want to mine up to the snow because the higher you are, the more likely you are to get iron. So we'll want to do that. I was saying as I started, I kind of wanted to do a little more exploring and thought about just going overland, but decided to take the boat through our new channel. Um, and just trying to do multiple things at once, right? See more of the terrain. It's easier and quicker actually to just run over the tops of these things and get exposed to iron to start. Hey, look at that, horses! What's up, guys? Brrr. We'll see if we can find a saddle for you on one of these ships. Yeah, pretty nice. Dark brown and black. Like it. Uh, you to tame, you just need sugar, um, apples, wheat, or hay bales. You really don't need anything. All you really need is an open hand. Like you can just hop on them like this, open handed, and then they'll buck you off, right? And so you just repeatedly do that, and you can tame a horse. But they have a hidden metric that's their attitude or disposition or whatever. And some horses are just more naturally affable than others. The problem is if we get the hearts to pop up, right? We'll be sitting on him, and he'll be our friend and he'll be our buddy, but we won't be able to do anything with him because you can't steer a horse without a saddle. So we got him, but now I can't, like, WASD is how you normally drive a horse, but you can't do that without a saddle. And we can't even lead him anywhere without without a lead. So we're kind of stuck for the time being. But we got him. There you go. And we should be able to come back out here and easily relocate him. Although horses do like to wander a little bit. But what we really want to do. Oh, and donkey too. Awesome. Donkeys get us donkeys and mules. That means we can have chests. And you, my friends, are what we really need. 2 leather. All right, now we can get boots. This mission is accomplished, and we still got more to explore, of course. But really needed those 2 cows. Got some iron. You can't. You just have to find them. You can't craft them. They're treasure only. So desert temples are really good. You can find them in villages. I think you can find them in the treasure chests, not necessarily in the boats themselves. And you can also find them at broken portals. So can't craft one. Just have to um, just have to get lucky there. And the leads we can either craft if we can make get slimes and make slime balls, or get the wandering trader to trade them. I haven't seen one yet in this world, so that's just a timing deal. But I think we do have a couple of emeralds, so um, and we don't even really need the emeralds. We just use the boat to get those. If we start to see them, they'll probably start showing up once we do a little more farming. But even the terrorist farms, which I think was a good idea and I'd like to try, I don't think that's going to happen today. I think we're going to be a little still up in the exploration and mining stuff today. Nah, I think it's kind of good. Having everything craftable is it takes out any of that random stuff. So it's like the enchanted golden apples. Sometimes they're called notch apples or god apples. Those used to be craftable. They were expensive. They were an apple, and you make the golden apple by surrounding it with 8 gold ingots in the crafting table. To make an enchanted golden apple, you did the same thing, but you used gold blocks. So it was basically 72 ingots of gold, because 9 times 8, you had to make 8 blocks, 9 ingots each, just to make one of those apples. So you could do it, and it was really expensive. But I guess they felt, it was so OP. Oh, look at that! That they just decided to make it a loot only, which is kind of cool. Same with chainmail. You cannot craft chainmail. You um, have to pull that off of mobs, or oh, nothing else in there. Or I think like some of the end stuff and all that has chests with chainmail in it. No, not yet in this world. We haven't even found a desert, and the best place to find those is desert temples. They also have a low chance of showing up in dungeon, so like the skeleton spawner farm that we had in the last one, or in any of those minecart chests in the abandoned mines. So the area we were working in the last world, that's a decent. Well, I mean, there's only really two places to find them, so it's a decent place to find them. Best place by far though is desert temples, and no desert equals no desert temples. So no god apples. But once I found two in one temple, and that's hugely lucky. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, we're not doing too bad. All right, so there's our marker ship for the other ship that we're going to go to. We're going to go back to base, switch out, cook up this iron. How much iron did we get? 10 pieces. Um, I guess I would either do our pants or our shoes individually. Do we have any like spare pieces? I don't remember. Cleared out a few trees over here in preparation for some farming. There it is. Oh, it's a fine looking slab. Very handy stop. Oh, shoot. I've fallen off a lot today. I say I'm all better, but parkour skills would say otherwise. We really need a ladder. It's such an easy jump. Okay. Let's go here first. Boom. Boom. We'll make some stews. We are now at that point of being well stocked on iron, but let's do a bunch of sticks. Can I or will I? Can I, of course. Um, have I? Plenty. To the point that I try to mix them up a little bit. If you're talking about right there, I think it's too tight. Yeah, I'm not sure what that the context is there, but um, it takes so much room that a ladder would be a little quicker if I miss a jump, right? You know, you just put a ladder there, swim over to the side, kind of like that show Wipeout, right? You get wiped out, you swim to the ladder to go back up. We'll cook these as soon as this is done. Um, 10 beef. No extra iron. Um, well, let's just go with the most expensive first. We can do this, and we'll probably. odds are we'll get a few pieces of iron out of our ship adventures here. So 2 more pieces and we can be fully ironed up. That can go there, and as we've said a few times before, we get 2 extra armor from iron over gold, so it is an improvement. Definitely one we want to make. We'll just hang on to those, though, for the time being. We definitely want to bring this with. Clean up our odds and ends. Andesite, first of the Neapolitan blocks. And we'll leave these here because I don't like the bowls. Are these done cooking? They are. Oh, I had the shears with me. We could have sheared all those sheep out by the horses. All right, so we're getting a few steak built up. This goes here. This goes here. These 2 can get combined. Boots. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, got netherite. It's been a bit, but absolutely, you got to have the netherite. That's what the TNT is for. Blasting away at the bottom of the nether so that we can find ancient debris to make netherite. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mute there. And we're back. All right, I meant to mute. I misclicked and was already blowing. Leather boots. Leather boots are important for going up on top of all those mountains because you can walk on powder snow without sinking into it. If you don't have the leather boots, you'll drop, and it can be multiple blocks. And like being underwater, your ability to break blocks to get out of it is lessened, and then you can freeze to death. So definitely want those if you're going to be playing around in the snowy environments. All right. We won't need those for the boat adventure. I think we want everything else, but I'm not going to take the shears. I'm just trying to dump a lot of stuff so that we can carry back as much loot as possible. We got 2 full shovels and an extra one. That'll be good for the digging up of the actual treasures. We want those in case we get in trouble with drowned. I think we're good. Oh, and awesome. It's almost, or it may already be bedtime. So we wasted the day. Come on. Let me go. Sleep. Yeah, quick snow, right? It's called powder snow. Which, fun fact, is a real deal. In the mountains, especially snowboarding, but skiing too, to a lesser extent, because you can kick out of your skis more easily. But there's these things called tree wells. So you get a big pine tree, right? Like any of our pine trees around here. And when you get feet and feet of snow on top of it, it kind of builds out around the tree, makes like a skirt, right? And so all of this is a vacuum, and the snow piles up around the outside. And if you're going along and then you fall, you can fall down that edge, and then as you're coming through, all the snow from above dumps on top of you. And much like being buried in an avalanche or something, it can actually trap you and keep you upside down or whatever, so you can't get free. And while I haven't heard of too many people being killed in this way, it could very easily suffocate somebody. So, got to be careful. That's why if you're ever adventuring or just going out for a fun ski day in the mountains, don't go in the backcountry by yourself. Don't even really go off piste or off trail without a buddy, because you need somebody to know. Even if you're not skiing side by side and within constant sight of each other, if they get down to the bottom and you never show up, they're the ones that can help alert others to the fact that we were coming down this way, and this was the last place I had sight of you, and then you were gone. So, fun safety tip of the day for July 2nd. Can you believe it's July? Oh yeah, tridents are dangerous. They are the most powerful weapon in the game, and like everything else, they're one of those that when it first happened and you're first playing in whatever the aquatic update was, 16 maybe, I don't remember. Maybe it was a lot earlier than that. You were like, they broke in the game. This is too hard. How do you deal with it? And then you figure it out. You get used to it. Oh yeah, we're still not anywhere close to the ship. There it is. All right, let's buckle on our diving helmet here. Come on. All right. Which way is the ship going? And this is the back. So the captain's chest should be here. And we can maybe... Oh, actually, no, this is the right way. We can just go through here. Right? Come on. I see some message. I will look at it in just a sec. So, there's our extra iron to make more boots. We got some emeralds. We got some bottle of enchanting, lapis, and a diamond. Pretty good. Alright. This helmet makes this so much better. We would be very much struggling. We could probably do it, but be a real challenge to get through. All right, buried treasure map, awesome. Feathers, awesome, and a clock. Well, no, we'll take the paper for now and see if we end up wanting more of it, or to drop it if we get too much other good treasure. So the rest of the ship broke up. We don't have a food chest out of that one. Okay. Most powerful. I've seen people use them when they're in the water and they go to throw it, they fly. So if you can get one to do that, if so, it would be awesome and dangerous, but awesome. So yeah, tridents have just like swords have sharpness, right? We talked about sharpness and smite and how those make swords more powerful, and power makes bows more powerful. Tridents have impaling, so you want to build up impaling 5 on the trident, so it does the most damage it can, and then there is a loyalty enchant, which when you throw your trident, it will actually make it come back to you, like like a yo-yo, right? Kind of deal. You throw it, it goes off, and then it comes back. There's a couple fun exceptions. I won't really go into those, but basically, yeah, you can then sit there and at range or in close hit your enemies with a devastatingly powerful weapon, and it's awesome to have. But it is hard to acquire. They're very in Java, particularly in Bedrock. It's not so bad. This looks familiar. Like maybe we're going to end up at the same spot we were. But let's try it anyway. We want to go to the south and west, which if I may be turned around. Okay, so we're full on west. I think this is the map that we were all turned around on when I was first getting sick. But we'll give it a shot, just to be thorough, because if there's extra treasure to be had, we don't want to miss the chance. No, technically time doesn't matter. You have all the time in the world. There's no clock running down on you or passage of seasons or anything like that. But there is the very obvious challenge of day-night cycle, right? time matters in the sense that there is a time when you are in danger and there's a time when you're not in danger. And so if you're, yeah, here's, it's all going away. I guess they didn't want to come, but right, we dug in somewhere right around here, I think. It was like on the edge. Yeah, right there. So, all right, let's go here and dump this map so we don't have to worry about it because we've already got a completed version of it. I don't need extras. All right, now I want to go over to that other ship, but since we know we came south to get here, we're going to go north along this coast a little bit further and then cut back over hard right when we get what I feel is about up there. So clock, why would that matter? The main deal is that the clock, if I'm underground in a mine or something like that, and I'm wondering, can I sleep? Should I sleep? It lets me know that I can sleep without having to see the sky. And the other thing it does is tells me that if I don't have like security above ground, I can know not to show up in the middle of the night when there's a whole bunch of monsters there waiting for me and ready to chomp on my bones. So they can come in handy. They're novelty, and then redstone people use them a whole lot more when you're making machines and redstone devices. Daylight sensors, I think, use clocks too. There's a lot of stuff that you can get into with them as a component, but in and of itself, do I need to carry a watch all the time? No, but they're kind of cool. So like the blue black, that's telling you um, the day night shift, right? So that's going to be dusk approaching, and keeping an eye out on it is a pretty good way to keep on touch. Now, if you're out in the middle of the ocean, it's easy enough. You start seeing the sun or the sky light up, right? It's sunset, it looks all beautiful, and hey, start finding land. I need to go to sleep somewhere. But sometimes if it's stormy or anything like that, just keeps it on track. What I like to do is put them into frames, and then you have wall clocks, so you don't have to carry it around, and you can just have it on your wall. And I put those down at the basement, like at the bottom of my stairs, so I know if I'm about to head up. Hey, is it nighttime now? Think this is a new ship? Check it out. Trying to keep the mast in sight. Should be right about there. All right. No worries, man. Have a good break. Um, Gonna miss out on all the drama. Let's leave off the loot. Let's see what we got. Boom, 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 boom. Thorns mending on a leather cap. That would be really handy if we had Res 3. We'll save those to scrub the XP once we make a grindstone. Not too much need there. Zoop, zoop. Da, da, da. Come on, chat. There we go. Hey, new map. Hopefully, new map. And we got a compass, too. Kinds of stuff. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. all that talk about clocks and all right, I see land. I think this is closer land. It's actually where we want to be. So let's get moving here. Why wouldn't it key you open the chest? Something about the treasure maps slows them down. Um, it's generating those or checking. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it is those chests with these buried treasure maps. They're the ones that have that delay, and it's just the game either trying to evaluate whether there will be a treasure in however it decides on where the treasure spots are. I don't know. This is definitely new though. So look at how small our dot is. So we're a good long way away. We want to go probably a long way north too, and then a little bit west to get there. So out into the open. Let's check it out. And again, this stuff we just got done exploring. We're a little full. Uh, why do I have two shields? I thought I didn't have a shield. Oh man. All right. Stinks a little bit, but we don't have a chest on our boat yet. So let's go home, unload, and then we'll go get this map. Look at all those bees. Sometimes bees have a little bit of an issue where they just take out off over the ocean and eventually die, which is no good. Kind of a waste. Yeah, those icy blue ice with snow on top mountains. I love that. I think it looks so cool. I just worry they're not very tall mountains, and that scares me a little bit. Pretty long way to go back and forth, but for the treasures, there can be really good stuff in there. I don't know if you were back or not, but we did pretty well. We got another diamond, a bunch more emeralds, and a bunch more iron in that last chest, and the compass. Cool. All right. Uh, oh yeah, a little water house kind of deal. Definitely done those. And I'm always a fan of making a little like boat house, boat garage kind of deal. Um, Growing up on lakes, growing up in a place not like Colorado where there's lakes everywhere. Everybody having slips and boat houses and putting the docks in the spring and all that. Yeah, you gotta take care of your boat. And what I kind of think, I think we're on the same page there a little bit when you're saying that and like the staircase and all that. I think that eventually what will happen here is um, that platform that we built out. That's going to be expansion of the house, right? Eventually, that'll all be living space, and at that point, it will cover the boathouse below. Um, so we'll have boat parking underneath, and I think either going all the way back inside through a level with internal stairs or something, like a ladder or something like that outside for easier, more basic access. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is that we'll have water level parking underneath here, and then This will be built up. It won't all just be a platform forever. But see, I don't know why I'm not able to get that. It's like something is sluggish when I'm on the platform today, and I don't know, understand why. Also, I didn't park the boat very well here. Let's get you out of the way. Hadn't really planned on doing that a lot, but oh yeah. Well, except that when I have to swim back, I run into it. But yeah, I like that idea. So I now have an extra shield that I was carrying around. We can now make iron boots. So a little bit more armor there. These can get stored. And now we have kind of the iron to do as we will. I don't. Yeah, so that gives us flat out more damage. Um, I think we'll switch it. I don't think the knockback gives me enough to make up for doing more each time I swing. So this is getting a little crowded, but that's all right. Over here, we will dump this. This is what we're going to use. Books can go in here. Feathers there. These two can go. Oh, and the paper. Ow. There. Actually, we'll put iron bits in there. Suspicious stew has a random effect based on the ingredients, but when you pick them up, it's purely random. Another spare chest. Can't sleep yet. Treasures. Lapis. Emeralds. 2 diamonds. Oh, so I could make the diamond sword after I just made the iron one. That I think gets us up to 7 on the damage. Yeah, I think I may do that. I like offense. There we go. We've gone from 4 attack damage to 3. I never should have really made that, but that's all right. We'll use those for spider webs if we ever come across mines or anything like that. All right, I think I will bring along the iron helmet because we're gonna possibly do some more exploring. I'm gonna leave the boots. We'll go up and walk in the snow once we've gone and gotten this map and explored it. That's kind of it. Yeah. Still no? Wait, did we already? Maybe we just slept. All right, well, let's go. All right, here we go. 1 Ziana, 2 Ziana. Something's churning. Doesn't it, for whatever reason, this one doesn't seem to be OBS so much as the game. Getting a little hits of lag, but we're not falling behind in the broadcast. 6 more obsidian for netherite. Probably. We're we're close enough for a peak, but we're really not close to doing much. That's where I'd like to do more overworld exploring. just gear up. I'd really like to have full iron tools and some better food before we even poke our heads in there. But just getting a little eyes on the nether is getting closer. But we need to have a diamond pick or get obsidian out of chests. So and to the consternation of many, I often don't make that diamond pick the same priority. A lot of others do. I just kind of, oh, look at that. All right, so if we just head straight north, don't run into anything, be good. Ugh. All right. Well, we're coming up on an hour and a half, and despite having just coughed a couple times in your guys' ears, I'm really actually feeling pretty decent compared to the last time we did a short stream while I was going through all this. I was still very much still feeling sick, even though I wasn't fevery at that point. Just, all right. I think like as soon as I wrapped that up, it was just kind of like collapse, and I think I ended up sleeping pretty quick after that. So that can and will happen. We're gonna aim for this closest island here, sleep, and hope that we're getting close to this treasure map and any other ships, portals, anything like that that we can find may may benefit us quite a bit. What are we trying to do? Okay. Hey, no problem. Appreciate you swinging by, Troy. Have a good rest of your day. I don't think I'm going much more than a half hour today, so have a good one. Really appreciate you hanging, and for you and all the rest, always appreciate the time. Really good. So we are gonna hopefully get some color on this map. Oh, I see land, and I think that's gonna be our target. Now, on this one, other than knowing we had a whole bunch of ocean to sail through and that we may still see other ships. Oh, oh, I thought I saw it was just a birch tree. I thought I saw some vines. Vines would have been good. All right, so we got an island, and we want to be off to the side of that, somewhere out here. Oh, close. This is a decent way to do this, because if you line up, and if there's stacked blocks like sand or gravel, they'll all break if you can dig into a slope. I think maybe you were too far. Maybe we gotta come back to. Oh, I bet here. Oh, yes. Couldn't see it. 3 diamonds. Awesome. Bunch of iron. Bunch of gold. Plenty of time now. Another iron sword. Some TNT. Good chest. So now we'll sit on those diamonds. If it becomes a deal, we could use them for a pick, but I would hopefully get some more and add them together. Let's go this way and see if there's open water all the way, or if we're going to loop back towards the land that has our base and our mountains and all that kind of stuff on it. So I have no idea. I mean, is that where all the horses were? Or are we further than that? I think we're probably further, but I don't know. We're also looking for villages, for portals, any of the goodness. Got some savannah. Um, and I wanted to bring the iron helmet just to explore on land if it became a deal. But honestly, I would kind of prefer to find ships. There's one, I think. Kind of dead ahead. See a horizontal something that might be a mast. I don't know why oh, maybe it was just land. Dang it. Um, in the last stream too, I mean, there's the boom, right? Which on a single sailboat or even a couple, where the sail kind of comes off a cleat at the top or a ring. Hey, there's a little bit of jungle. Um, ooh, here we go. This is the kind of stuff we want. I don't see a chest yet, but oh, I also need to finish out that map before we go too far. End up going home a different way. A gold apple, a couple more pieces of obsidian, so that much closer to getting to the nether. We got some horse armor, also uncraftable. Flint and steel, fire charge, and a little bit of flint. Pretty good. So if we can do enough of those, then we can make our portal without even having to um, fool around too much. See, I think this is just that same horse area, and that's going to be the same snowy slope, icy, mountainy stuff. Just now we're on the backside, and rather than circumnavigating it, which would be cool, due to timing and all that, I think I'd like to get back to the base, but I also want to finish out that map because I totally forgot to do that. So in the jungle, we always look for three things. I've seen all of them. We want to get melons to grow. And we don't need to take them all. We can keep some growing in their natural environment. We want to get bamboo, as we had last time. We can make a nice little bamboo farm. Actually, I guess we want four things, right? The other thing that we want are cocoa beans. And then we're going to want, we are close. We can do this because we want to get jungle wood and jungle saplings. Just like being underwater, hanging from vines and chopping is a little less efficient, but it is the easy way to get the whole tree down. All right, there's that. Um, I don't think I have enough room there. Let's get you. No, 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 no. So now here's the trick. We gotta balance all the sticks and leaves and stuff that maybe that's kind of weird. I don't think that's supposed to be there. Um, so we don't want the sticks, but they're gonna try to keep jumping in. There we go. Got a jungle. All right. So now we can just kind of run around and hope that some of these others decay. And oh no, I saw it. I saw it happening and couldn't really stop. I don't think this looks too terrible. Just explore it now that we're down here. Um, Sounds like a regular zombie. Oh, there you are, dude. Oh, did he fall off the other way? Hmm. Can I do that? Oh. Hi, buddy. Hey, look at that. We're a monster slayer. Um, do that. 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 There. Oh, this where gravel is sometimes pretty handy. Oh, come on, give me a 2 block thing where I can put a bed. Coal. A little scary, a little dangerous. I'm not seeing anything too exceptional yet. We are full. So even if we found cool stuff, we'd have to start leaving behind other stuff we may want to keep. So let's do our best to get up out of this jungle. There. We can definitely take more of this while we're here. And take a few more starter watermelons. Just, thinning them out so the ones that we leave behind grow big and plump and juicy. Award-winning watermelons. And that cave kind of looking like it wants to be a ravine, right? That didn't quite make it over the surface, so pretty cool. I think we can find our way back here to explore some more, but I do want to get back up to this end of the island and see if there's some more saplings. Boom. All right, we got 5. 5 is good. Big tree, little tree, or a bunch of little trees. So in theory, we could start growing our own self-sustaining jungles right back at our own place. And that's really what we are looking for there. We got some jungle logs. That's always nice and goes along with this. The saplings, the cocoa beans, the bamboo, which we'll plant as soon as we get back. You do need jungle logs to grow cocoa. I don't find a lot of use for it. The main deal is if you want to make brown dye, you need a lot of cocoa beans. And you can make cookies using cocoa beans, so that's handy. They're about the same as berries as far as nutrition, though. So we're very full, um, but we have this map, and I forgot to finish it off. And I think we need to go overland for a little bit of this. So we'll go back around what we now know to be the north end of our island or continent, or what I mean. It's got mountains and stuff on it. Although I guess Hawaii is referred to as islands, not. And many islands are very mountainous, aren't they? Volcanic islands. So in terms of horse, right? We were talking about that. Troy has clearly put his vote in for Team Horse, which is good. I like horses, and I like that part of the game. I like to use them before we no longer have a need for them. Um, to make efficient use of a horse, I think we will need to make some kind of a bridge here to get off of our mainland and onto this next landmass, which seems to be pretty open and favorable to riding a horse around on. Um, and cut something through the forest, either along the coastline or over those hills, to get our horse back towards our base again, right? So, let's park there. That's where we parked. Right at the edge of this flowery forest. That's good for dyes, good for bees. Oh, oh. I was just coming up that hill. I was just about to say it would be really cool to find villagers, and then we would have the reason to make our road and have horses going back and forth um, to visit the villagers, right? Be kind of a fun little gameplay deal. Pillager Tower, though, not ideal for that. It is challenging to say the least. Um, I think. Oh, 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 oh. See if I remember that means lava someday. Oh, maybe we can get down to it from there. All right, so pillagers, right? They're the guys that come around with crossbows, try to hit us occasionally in not in raids, but they'll send out little roving packs that come to harass us. Um, they also have these towers, which are kind of outposts where they will permanently spawn up, and we can level this whole deal. We can do it. We can never break the fact that pillagers will always spawn in this area. There is a chest up there. It generally doesn't have very much good loot. They're kind of trashy in that sense, but they're fun for combat. Probably something worth doing a land exploration deal on. And sadly, they're not quite on the map, which is a bummer. I guess we can go through the low side here. Climb up over here. And the other reason I'm really not diving in to take them on at the moment is we don't have any inventory space to put anything that, if they drop a crossbow or anything like that, it's going to get left on the ground. So we'll just do our map making, right? We're a cartographer right now. We're scouting out everything, getting ready um, for a return visit, right? You never just march an army into some place for a war without having gotten an idea what's out there. So this was our recon trip, and now we'll go back to where we parked, pick up our boat, get that last little sliver of unexposed map. I like that little strip of air, like this strip. What was that? I'll go back. It looks so clean and nice. I don't understand. What am I looking at there? Because if we bring this back, we're going to get asked questions. Cool. Very nice. No, I don't have any room. It's like, as long as I'm here, let's go get those cows. No, 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 no. Again, handy to have the berries right now. Because I want to keep the steaks in case we're in caving or exploring or whatever, and need that better food, quicker healing, and all the rest. Over here, I think. Where's our little marker? Man, is it over on the other side of this? Where's a dolphin? I need some dolphins, Grace. Are those dolphins? No, those are just salmon. Salmon and a dolphin, very different. Not the least of which is one's a mammal and one's a fish. All right, well, we did finish the map. That's good. And I think I see our little marker over there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we should sleep. Maybe we'll sleep back on the mainland. Although it's so steep. Right in here. This is going to be our little sleeping corner. Mmm. Tea is good. Basically going home now, but I am curious. I'm assuming this is going to be a. No? Is this right? I saw the shape. That looks like a boat on its side, doesn't it? Yes, it does. This one looks like a full boat on its side. Still got our gold helmet. Now we're going to run into all the typical issues with capacity. Where is this chest? Oh, wait, is that the... I do this backwards? No, that's this chest. Let's just go... Ah. All right, 1 second. Okay, I had kind of hoped to hold off on that until after the end of the stream, but I went ahead and got the full nose blow and cough out of the way. So we should now be, you know. Okay, decisions. That for this, these, and um, our energy's still okay. We'll get more of these. So let's take the wheat. Now I think we're probably going to need this regardless, and we can pick up that other stuff. But we'll still take a peek. Because certainly this chest should have some of the stuff we've already gotten. Like iron. And iron plugs. But what we don't need to do is grab the lapis, because we'll have the marker up, and we'll try to remember that that means we need to come back here and get all this loot. And then this is going to be the slow chest again, right? Because it has a map. What can we trade for the map? Let's do that. And we'll have this one to come back to. Oh, we'll have this one. Is it the same? That other one have. Like sometimes the maps are a little less than clear. I assume that's going to be the same one. Excuse me again. We didn't have to go that far. And if this can answer the question, I don't have to fool around with it. Well worth. I mean, we're pretty much in the same point. Yeah, if that little blob shows up the same, then we can just ditch it. Yep. All right. So, oh, I didn't know I was out of the boat. All right. Good stuff. We will want to come back here anyway, so I'm not going to go grab one more thing out of there just in time sense, but that's pretty good round of exploration and looting, right? We've now got almost everything we need for complete farming. We don't have beets yet. That's fine. And we don't have pumpkins, but we did see them. I didn't really call them out, but they're in the savannah, right about where I was saying we needed to build a bridge if we want to use a horse to do some exploring. So we can get to those. We can grow all that kind of stuff in a big farm. There's not a huge incentive yet, other than cattle, for food and leather, because we haven't found a village. So no villagers means no trade. So I want to keep exploring to find that. But I think now we can kind of turn our focus back around to some of the other efforts that we want to make, and that's going to be ascending up into that ice. We got the leather boots now. I'm really a little torn. I kind of thought I would be deteriorating as we went, but I really want to be responsible so that I'm not back off the air tomorrow by the stream. So I think I'm going to have to be the adult and say, we've got 2 hours. When we get back home, we'll unpack and all that kind of stuff, but call it a win and wrap up so that I can come back online tomorrow. Um, the good news is I am effectively quarantined, right? So I can't go out and about. Um, I won't be out at any barbecues or fireworks or anything like that on this 4th of July. So instead, I'm going to be right here with you guys for a lot of it. And of course, getting stuff ready around here too. The main deal is thrown a complete monkey wrench at getting my truck fixed. Um, and I don't know exactly how all that's going to play out, but we shall see. Oh, I didn't even talk about the fact that yesterday, while I really couldn't talk and was feeling worse because of my throat than most of the other days, what a welcome day to have Stranger Things 4, the second part release. And I also watched The Queen's Gambit, which I'd never watched. Um, and it's too early. I know most people are probably either just starting to watch those or, well, not Queen's Gambit, it's years old now. But Stranger Things, of course. I don't want to be that guy. So many people are like weird flex of, hey, I had a lot of time, so I'm going to tell you all about the show that you haven't watched yet. I got there. Did you see how like I double click and then it's like I'm almost crouching. It's so, I don't understand. Let's shake out the fingers. So I mean, this should be just normal. Why some of the times I don't do that? I don't understand. Doesn't matter though. We're we're big tough adventurers. We can handle it. All right, stuff to go in this box. This. Why are these in there? Won't go in there. Um, Second complete map. Oh, and the heart of the sea will go in there too. Cobble. I don't have much of. Here, diamonds, gold. That's it. Food box gets lots of goodies though. More cooked salmon. That's actually. We should be switching this out. Cooked salmon is our strongest food option at the moment. Okay, and then all of these things are going to, and these are Certainly good to have. These will all start future foods. This also goes in here. It's amazing how much stuff you notice. The bamboo, I'm going to put it away for now, although we really want to get that started, and I'll probably forget about it now. That goes in there. So 6. So yeah, we're closer to building our own portal or repairing one that's out there. And then we have jungle saplings, which we could use to start our own little jungle area. Um, Mainly, I would use that for cocoa beans, right? I also just like them decoratively. I think they're a cool looking tree. So we'll see how we go about using them. And we don't need this sword. We're greatly overwhelmed with stuff. We got a lot of coal though, so let's cook a batch. And I think let's sleep while we're waiting. I want to keep this room open because I'm not sure how I want to do the rise and fall, uh, how we want to lay things out. We really need to do that climbing on top of all this terrain and checking it out. Um, Set that up. But while we're waiting here, I have named back on our deal um, base. I'm going to go off the doorway, I think. I think that's pretty good coordinates. So right here we are at 412 and negative 638. Always good to have those, and that will help us when we go up. And I know you couldn't see that, but I was just putting that into the notepad for this world. Just not much to see there yet. But that'll be a big help as we go up above and we know how far back we are from the base. How close are we? Where are we lining up with the doorway? And we can kind of, approximate from there how far back we go. But this space, yeah, I don't know. The fact that we're in a cliff kind of makes me want to have. Um, I've got two different layouts that I've used in the past for this type of an area. One would be to have straight shot staircases going in opposite directions, deep. But the other, the one that's a little more time intensive, but is really cool, and I haven't done it in, man, I don't know how many worlds it's been, or when the last one was that I did it, but kind of, um, it's the actual staircase that you see in a lot of old buildings, old grand type buildings, and that's where you have, like, let's say these 3 blocks are the middle, which they are. So these would be a staircase down or up, and then on either side you have like twos, and those are the opposite side. So you're going down here, you're going up here, and then you'd go up to a point, have a landing, and then you have another one going up. So that kind of like in a traditional staircase where it's like you go uh, down on a diagonal here, and then you go around a landing, and then you come down, and then down, and then down, and then down. Here it's just a little more open. So you have 2 sides and then one in the middle. I think I've always thought it looks pretty cool. I like to build it. It looks great. Um, and it would be a really fun thing to build. Of course, you don't know when you commit to that, what's the terrain going to be like above and below, and are you just going to have is it going to become a huge burdensome project to dig it out? So I don't know. We'll see how that hits. But I really see this as a transition up and down in the base, and I'd kind of like to have this, as we alluded to, right? So like a little boathouse underneath with some kind of uh, casual access up and down from there. It would probably go back in, and maybe we have, whether they're all just landings off of this, um, but then have some vertical to this base that goes up with, some, as we've talked about, some terraced gardens, maybe in this corner where we're lighting up and growing some wheat early on. Um, I think that looks pretty cool, especially with a slope, being able to pull them back in and maybe hang some vines to dangle down off of them would look really good. I don't know. We'll look into that. And I honestly, I don't know what exactly is next, except I think I want to get up on top of those mountains and see what there is, how much area, and which direction is the best to kind of exploit for a mine. This one does look really cool. And we may go from that stony shore up underneath it, but it's this way back that I don't have a good feel from this side. We've boated around out toward spawn and then back around this side and know that there's snowy mountains up that way. And is that something I can just do a straight shot all the way up to underground in a tunnel? That'd be pretty cool. But I don't, we'll figure it out, and we'll have to go explore a little bit to get that point done. Along the way, we'll try to keep mixing in boats because we do need to go. Still need to find a villager. We've still got loads. We're barely just getting a glimpse of some of this area that we're in, and haven't filled in too many pieces of yet. So we could go poke fun at the pillagers at some point. I think we need a little better food and maybe get lucky with some types of enchanted armor. But still might be a bit off. All right, let's use some of this. This is the last thing I want to do here. Uh, get some slabs, get some sticks, get some planks. Boom, 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 boom. And, grindstone by the pillow. All right, so now we don't want to disenchant that. But I think the rest of these, I don't know, maybe. What am I doing here? The question is, do I want these? You know what? Um, Change art. No, 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 no. I want those. I just want to put all this excess stuff that we're really not likely to use here. But for the same reason I don't want to over harvest coal, I don't think it's a real good idea for us to just disenchant that stuff. We can throw that in lava at some point. That's fine. All right, that's pretty good gear. Back down on torches since we're just wrapping things up. I get that. Make a whole bunch of torches. Okay. Um, I think more thing we got to do. I think at some point we'll want to make a little boardwalk along here so we don't have to worry as much about up and down and all that. And I like boardwalks, river walks, and ocean type areas, harbors. They're pretty cool. Oops. Accidental planting. All right, well, that's good. Just top that off. Top off Troy's box up here with our backup berries. So we used quite a few of them. But yeah, just something a little bit out of the water, right? So we're not walking right on there. But so it's not like single blocks and having to jump up and down and all that. Boom. There we go. All right, last time. And another bear. All right, that's gonna do it. I think. I want to thank you all again one more time so much. If you jump past the beginning, um, the COVID hasn't it stunk. I don't recommend it. Don't run around and be carelessly hanging with people just because it's not scary or dangerous anymore. It stunk. It's not fun to be sick, and this one in particular. And I don't know how long this cough and all that is going to linger. So hopefully it'll continue to get better as quick as it has been. But if it doesn't, for some people it doesn't. So check out there. Know if your community like mine is getting ravaged by the COVIDs. Let's see what we got. Uh, looks like Alaska jumped up high. Florida's still pretty bad. Um, Colorado, not as bad as I thought. Although I think Denver, um, probably going to get a big boost, right? Big parade and all that. I'm sure that's passing. Yeah, overall not too bad. Looks like Florida and Alaska are the two trouble spots, and Hawaii, where my buddy's at, it's up into the reddish. So be careful if you're out there. Most everybody except the Northeast and some of the plains and Midwest, all pretty in the orange. Which it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still out there, and it's still getting some places. So keep your eye out. If you're due for a booster, go get one. I got to research how long do I got to wait to go back and get one now, so I can get back on cycle. But take care of yourselves out there. Thanks for all the well wishes, all the views, all the comments. You guys are really awesome, and I can't thank you enough. If you're just stumbling across this channel, I'm Habbage. We'll be harder. We're always hardcore, but we'll be harder core and back to full energy, a little stronger voice and all that. I would imagine here in the not too distant future. But until then, and as always, stay awesome out there, guys. We'll see you next time. And bye now.